Motorcycles have been around for over a century, and they continue to be one of the most popular forms of transportation in the world. But what is it about motorcycles that makes them so appealing? In this video, we will explore some of the reasons why people love riding motorcycles. This is because they typically have smaller engines, which means they use less fuel and produce less emissions. In addition, they often have fewer moving parts than cars, which means that they require less maintenance. As a result, many motorcyclists find that they can run their bikes for less money than it costs them to own a car. This is because there is a strong sense of community among motorcyclists. There are many different clubs and organizations that cater to motorcycle enthusiasts, and there are always events and rallies taking place where people can get together and share their love of motorcycles. In addition, motorcycles are a great conversation starter. When you're riding a motorcycle, you're sure to turn heads and get people talking. This can be a great way to meet new friends or even romantic partners. One of the main reasons that motorcycles are so popular is because they are relatively cheap to buy compared to cars. Motorcycles look cool, and riding one can make you feel like a badass, even if you're not. They are relatively cheap to buy and run. They are fun to ride. They offer a sense of freedom, they provide a strong sense of community, and they just look cool. We hope that you enjoyed it and learned something new.
Yes.
If you have any thoughts on why motorcycles are so popular, we would love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Have a great day and keep riding. If you've ever been thinking about getting a motorcycle, we hope that this video has helped you decide. Just be sure to wear a helmet and other protective gear when you ride. Stay safe out there, bikers. Just ask anyone who's ever been intimidated by a Harley-Davidson rider. Of course, this isn't the main reason that people ride motorcycles, but it is definitely a nice perk. Of course, this isn't always the case, especially when it comes to those superbikes and Harleys. But in general, you can find a decent used bike for a few $1,000s or even less. This makes motorcycles a great option for people who are looking for an affordable way to get around. They are more dangerous than cars, which is why many people are hesitant to ride them. However, the thrills that motorcycles can provide are simply hard to match. For many people, the feeling of wind rushing through your hair as you speed down the highway, or the feeling of power that comes with riding a motorcycle, is simply worth the risk. Another reason that motorcycles are so popular is because they are relatively cheap to run compared to cars. A third reason that motorcycles are so popular is because they are just plain fun to ride. There is something about the feeling of wind rushing through your hair as you speed down the highway that is just exhilarating. Of course, this isn't the only thrill that motorcycles can provide. Many people also enjoy the feeling of power that comes with riding a motorcycle. When you are in control of a machine that is capable of going from 0 to 60 in just a few seconds, it's hard not to feel a sense of power. Finally, there's the sense of freedom that motorcycles can provide. When you're riding a motorcycle, you feel like you're truly independent and untethered from the rest of the world. This is because you're not confined to the four walls of a car. Instead, you out in the open air with the wind in your hair and the sun on your face. Of course, it's important to note that motorcycles do come with some risks. A fourth reason that motorcycles are so popular is because they are a great way to meet new people. Finally, let's not forget about the style factor. In conclusion, there are many reasons why motorcycles are so popular. Thank you for watching this video.